Hey, we're live. Hey, everybody.
You're like the end boss.
Oh, yeah. Hold on.
You're the guys the cartel is
Hold
trying.
on.
You're the guy the cartel is trying
Hold
to kill
on.
right now.
Can I help you? Will this help the situation?
Oh, Mr. Sheffield.
Oh, Mr. Sheffield.
What's up?
What's going on, guys?
What's up?
A lot of fun. This is going to be a lot of fun
Can I
today.
make it rain on you?
Yeah. Hold on.
Are those sapphire bucks?
No, this is not funny money. Sapphire dollars.
Do they have a specific name, or are they just
Sapphire
called,
dollars.
like staff bucks?
Sapphire dollars.
What's up, everybody?
The Booty Boys are back.
The
All right.
the booty wood boys.
The Bootywood Boys. All right.
I'm gonna move this a little bit.
We have a lot to talk about.
I'm so afraid of this thing.
That thing, it's about to collapse.
Mm.
Hey, Rich.
Hi.
All right, my audio is really bad today. I don't know why. SSS. I'm going to get one of those mics, by the way. I'm getting the one that you have. I think it's time for me to retire my beautiful Neumann
The Shore,
TLM 103.
Those Shores are really nice, apparently.
Which one?
The ones that are like 300.
I like the new ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like these better.
Yeah?
The SM7Bs, yeah.
ESM7Bs. Good morning, guys. What's up?
Oh, good morning, good morning. In the news this morning, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Do you remember that clip?
No.
So it's like an anchor, and she always starts off with "Good morning, good morning,"
Mm-hmm.
and she started this thing with "Good morning, good morning." In the news this morning, "Good morning."
Okay.
So she
That's pretty
got
good.
all.
I like that.
All right,
Jonathan, Papa Johnzo,
Papa
you got
Johnzo.
you got to do us a favor. You got to scoop the questions out of the chat room today and
Oh,
put them in
yeah.
the notes. And also, our condolences go out to Mr. Gonzo. Mr. Gonzo is not with us today. He had to attend a funeral.
Yes, I believe his uncle passed away.
Yes.
So our thoughts go to our wonderful producer, MG Geek, Matt Gargonzola.
Oh, boy.
That's his name, right?
Yeah.
All right. So we do have a lot to talk about. So this is what we're gonna do. Super chat. If you super chat, we'll answer your question during the show. How about that today? You want to do that?
What happened? I'm sorry.
If they super chat us, we'll answer it during the show, and we won't wait till the end.
Yes.
By the way, I think we're in a fight with Joe Pearl.
Yo, Joe Pearl, man, this guy's got to stop talking shit.
It's gonna be gang warfare,
I'm gonna throw Andrew into you, Joe Pearl.
and we're gonna both go in the pool.
Fastball special.
No, but you don't know. That's our finisher. I turn into a little ball, and
Like
I keep
Blanca.
spinning. Like Blanca, but Rich propels me into you.
Fucking Joe Pearl.
Yeah. Hey-o. Andrew and Rich do it daily. Hey-o.
Heyo.
Hey-o.
To reiterate what Andrew said, usually we do super chats at the end, but if you're gonna super chat us, it doesn't matter the denomination. We will answer your question in the middle. We will interrupt ourselves.
No. The denomination does matter. Only Protestants and Lutherans.
We will interrupt ourselves and answer your question live on air. We'll even give you a little shout out.
Yeah, we'll give you a little shout out. So I'm feeling great today. I just want to tell you guys, I'm in an excellent mood. You know who's coming in? Chauncey Hayden.
Like
He's
it's through the window.
Through the window, he's landing.
Wow. Are you buying Stepping Out magazine?
You know how you want to know a serious conversation? You know how many times I've gone to the table to buy his magazine, to buy Metropolis Nights and Stepping
really?
Out?
Yeah.
I've attempted to purchase it like 7 times. I'm probably going to offer to buy it again today.
Wow, okay.
I get drunk and I offer to buy his magazine every
Let me
time.
buy a magazine. $500.
This is what I do. Ready? How does this sound?
You need... How does this Benny sound to you right now? Did you take him out of your crotch?
No, but they're all in my shirt now.
Are you going to work today?
I am.
Okay.
All right. We got to get started here. All right. All right. Tess.
What does MDK stand for to you?
Mothers Duncan
Kunkin.
I thought it was like vulgar. I thought it was like a vulgar reference. I have to tell you though, this match we're watching this right now, before we start. I had to rewatch it, because I got in late last night.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I felt about the match.
It was fun.
It was bonkers. I enjoyed it, but would I want to see this often on AEW?
No, you know what? Like, I feel like I said before the show, I think Nick Gage is buddy with a lot of guys, right? I feel like somebody at some point was like, dude, do you want to make some real money?
Yeah.
Tone it down a little bit. come with us. Like, we'll help you get some real money.
Yeah.
Stop robbing banks.
All right. We're ready to go. Let's do this. Let me send out one last tweet.
Yes, I'm waiting for that tweet.
I
I think all the Twitter questions are going to be CM Punk related.
it's all going to be about Baba Ganoush and hummus. Every question.
Oh, I'd love that.
Oh, man. You know what? I kind of would want a nice hummus spread right now.
Yeah, Olive Tapenade hummus, bro.
Oh, yeah.
That's the stuff right there. Oddly does a good homemade hummus.
Yeah.
Throw some garlic in there.
Garlic.
Garlic. I bet you this got like a crazy good rating.
Dude, it was, I mean, you know what? All the freaking credit to Jericho. He doesn't need to do this shit.
No, not at all.
At this point in his life.
No.
Look at that. I wonder how good of if Jericho thought he's a good worker or like shit. You know what I mean?
He'd be vocal about it.
I'm curious.
You know?
I'm very curious.
Because he's like on his podcast, he's very vocal about like, yeah, I'm not taking that moving in or whatever. Like, oh, I'm not doing that again. Like the first match he had was Kenny, and Kenny did the Snapdragon.
Yeah.
On his show, he was like, yeah, I'm not doing that again.
Yo, Adam, our mac and cheese is banging. Our lobster mac is phenomenal.
You guys got mac and cheese?
We do. We're a
Interesting.
steakhouse.
Interesting.
All right, we're ready?
The food is banging.
We're ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do this.
This was dope.
Wait, hold on, before we go. Yeah, this was dope.
Ugh.
The mist was great. Nice homage to the Painmaker in Japan.
He even did the gland rub.
The gland rub. You gotta. And depending on what gland you rub,
it's the color. Right?
It's the color, yeah. So I think it's black. It's black, green, and red.
Yeah.
Right? Depending on the gland.
John Gorman, $5 before the show starts. Hey guys, hope all is well. Dynamite was fun as usual. Major respect to Jericho for going through with that insane match with Nick Gage.
Yeah, dude.
John Gorman, long time.
Long time, small time. Thank you, John.
Schmong time.
All right, ready? Let's do
I'm ready.
this.
Juice,
All right.
baby.
We'll begin in 3, 2, 3, 2, and 1. Hey, everybody, welcome to Matmen, your source for all things professional wrestling. I'm Andrew Zarin. Of course, I'm joined by the hummus maker, Rich Stambolian.
I put garlic and olive tapenade in my hummus.
That's a beautiful combination.
Delicious.
What's going on, man?
Not much, dude. How you doing? Are you excited?
Oh, man, yeah, I'm psyched, man. I'm psyched about pro wrestling. I go in and out.
Yes.
And Rich knows this about me, and Rich will always say, like, I know when you're not into it. I know when you're not into wrestling, and I think during the pandemic, I definitely fell out of love. I enjoyed it. Like, AEW did some really good shows. WWE even had some decent shows. But it was kind of hard to kind of be into it as much as you normally would be. Because obviously, of everything going on. The last couple of weeks, though, man, it's been popping. I'm loving this. I'm enjoying wrestling. I'm not picking a side, but I'm really enjoying pro wrestling right now. The good and the bad.
All of it.
So there's a ton to talk about. Obviously, I have a ton of news. Some breaking news, some add-ons, just things that people have reported. MG Geek normally is here to keep me in line and to remind me things that I don't have in the notes that I didn't want to put in. So he's not here. He's his uncle passed away, so our condolences. Our thoughts go out to our producer, MG Geek. So Jonathan's here right now. He's going to be producing everything in the chat and on the show here, sending questions, sending stuff. I want to remind you guys, listen, we've been doing this for about 10 years now. The show, the last, I want to say, year has popped. Probably the last 6 months has been the biggest growth we've ever seen for the show.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The podcast is getting unrealistic numbers at this point.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, man.
The downloads have been unbelievable for the audio version of the show. The community aspect, I absolutely love each and every one of you here. We've built this really unbelievable community. You guys really are the reason why we're able to grow and do this. So I just want to get that, to start the show. Also, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe to this show.
Everywhere.
Listen, everywhere podcasts are available. I highly listen. It's a big help. You guys subscribe here on YouTube. Awesome. You're in the chat. 130 people right now in the chat. 18 likes. Hit that like button. All that stuff. I hate plugging this stuff, but when you subscribe to the podcast, it's a huge help. When you guys like our show, it's a huge help. When you subscribe to our YouTube channel, huge help. So if you could contribute, obviously we do Super Chat. We have a Patreon, patreon.com/Matmen Podcast. You can fund us there as little as $1 per month. Whatever you want to fund us, you could go right ahead and do it. We're going to be updating that after SummerSlam week. Some changes there. We got a lot of stuff in store. New T-shirts coming out. Matmen Las Vegas T-shirts, which we're going to talk about in a few.
Oh, yeah. The other thing I want to mention is that, like, thank you guys for the growth again, as Andrew was saying, but we're winning over those Wrestling Observer fans, too.
Yeah, man.
I've been looking at those comments week to week, and guess what? People are starting to come around.
They're not saying, where's Brian and Dave?
And or Denise.
Where's Denise?
But they're coming around, and I'm glad you guys are coming around, because we got a lot of funny shit to say, and we got some informative stuff for you. Andrew's the scoop master. And let's get it going. You're the ice cream scoop.
I'm like that Turkish ice cream guy that tricks people. You know what I'm talking about? This guy.
He's like the and one of ice cream scoop.
I wonder if anybody's attempted to hit him. You know?
I think he's playful enough that nobody wants to punch a. If you're gonna punch that guy, you're an effing psychopath. Except Joe Pearl. I'm gonna punch Joe Pearl though. In Vegas.
Yeah. We're beating up Joe Pearl. I'm just letting everybody know. In Las Vegas, at the Sapphire Pool, when we see him, we're beating him up. That immediately.
For the last week, for the last 3 days, Joe Pearl has been talking shit to us on Twitter every single chance he's got.
We're going to war with him.
Yeah. I'm going to throw you in a pool. I'm going to throw Andrew at Joe Pearl, and then I'm going to throw
like
Joe
Blanca.
Pearl in a pool.
No, I'm going to be like Blanca. I'm going to roll. Brandon says, Sean Ross Sapp gave you some more love on Fightful Show. I'm glad to see you guys getting the much. Listen, Sean has been great to us. Observer's been awesome to us.
Oh, yeah.
We've kind of carved out this. I was talking to Cassidy.
Yes.
He broke a ton of stories. So I'm from bodyslam.net. I got some little information about. Did you see Tony Khan buried him? We got to talk about that.
Well, I wouldn't call it a burial, but I think
he denied everything that he reported, and it happened.
I want to paraphrase it, but I do believe Tony Khan said somebody asked him about it, and he said those are excellent questions that I can't comment on.
No. He was on Busted Open Radio.
Ooh, okay.
Yesterday, and he pretty much said like, "Oh, he's wrong on everything he's reported."
Wow.
So interesting. So we got all that to talk about. Let's see the notes. Where do we begin here? Because the notes are done a little bit different. We got some news here. Obviously, AEW last night was excellent. Raw was very difficult to watch. Unfortunately for me, it was difficult. SmackDown was great. I enjoyed SmackDown as always. We'll start it off with the breaking news that I posted 2 days ago. WWE's headed back to Saudi Arabia in October. I have an October date of October 21st. I have not been able to confirm that outside of, the one source that told me this. WWE's planning on going back to Saudi Arabia. Obviously, COVID allowing, pandemic restrictions allowing, things change daily.
Yeah.
Especially with international travel. Listen, I'm traveling. I had to change my vacation. I was going to Grenada, then I was going to Barbados, then I was going back to Grenada. Now I'm going to Jamaica on Saturday.
You're making me crazy, baby.
You're making me crazy. Montego Bay, baby. You know where I'm staying?
Where?
Sandals.
Yeah.
The Michael Scott special.
I hear that Sandals is pretty nice.
Love Sandals
in Jamaica.
All the Sandals properties are excellent.
So you're
not a sponsor, but I'd love them to sponsor because this trip is costing me a couple G's.
When are you leaving?
Saturday morning.
This coming Saturday.
So
day after tomorrow.
Actually, I'm back on Thursday.
Okay.
If you want to do a show Friday, we can.
You think you're gonna handle it?
I could do it.
Yeah.
I'm
on
fire. You have no idea.
Rich, Jamaica F me up. I don't know who I am anymore.
You're making me crazy.
Yeah, let's try it, man. We can do Friday or Saturday morning. Saturday morning might be nice, Instead of cartoons, people can watch us.
Steven, 279.
That's Canadian though.
Canadian.
That's like
Punk smashes bubbly on Jericho's head like on Raw. That's actually something that could possibly happen. So a lot's going on here. Let's begin. So Saudi Arabia, what do you think of this? I'm going back.
I'm not honestly I know it's business, right? It's business. I can't say oh, why are they doing this?
They're contractually obligated.
They're contractually obligated. They're making a lot of money from it. I had a lot of caffeine in me this morning, so I'm going a little nuts. I'm transcending the dimensions right now. I'm not a fan of them going to Saudi Arabia, but that's just for the other reasons of why you should not be a fan of them going to Saudi Arabia.
I'm going to tell you, I have a very good understanding of the Middle East before we begin this conversation. Okay?
Sure. Fair enough. Yeah.
My family's from there. I have a very deep understanding of the geopolitical situation happening in that region. Okay, I'm not going to get into my credentials with Middle Eastern politics, but I'm going to say I've had a very strong reaction to this.
Right.
I have to tell you though, I posted this and I got a ton of messages from people that live in Saudi Arabia. And they're ecstatic to be able to get this show.
Right.
And, I feel like, listen, it's one thing that you know, a lot of them are young too. They're like younger teens that were like messaging. They're so excited to go. And I'm like, listen, I get it. At the end of the day, WWE's thing is we want to put on something special, and they're making a ton of money. I get. Listen, I'm not even arguing the points that people have an issue with going. I've expressed my issues tons.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of issues there, but you know, it kind of like softened me a little bit when I got those messages from all these like kids essentially saying like, I can't wait. They're so excited for this. So I'm like, listen, I don't know, man. Whatever your stance is on this, they're going there. And I mean, just the topper to this is that the Queen of the Ring finals will be taking place in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah. This
was set to me by someone that would definitely be very hands-on with this or understand it really well. So they're going to start the Queen of the Ring tournament on SmackDown on 10/8 and Raw 10/11. It's going to continue to the end of the month, obviously, in October when they have the show in Saudi Arabia, and the winner's going to be crowned there.
Great.
You think they should have done it there?
Yeah, why not? I mean, like, I feel like that, like, something like that is good for the people, like you're saying. I mean, like, it makes a statement.
But that's WWE's stance, right? WWE's stance is, listen, we've made progress here. Think of the progress we've made here.
Right, because they have that whole 10-year plan of, like, making Saudi Arabia more open to the world and more progressive and more inclusive. You know what? You know what? I'm not going to say anything political. I just don't want these guys stuck on an airplane for 10 hours.
I really would like a hostage situation allegedly not to happen.
Exactly.
I would just like that. I would like these guys to go there and come back home. You know,
we got a couple of supers here. All Elite Podcast, $10.
Nice.
Some too sweet love from podcast to podcast.
Did you just call it Ali Podcast?
Yeah.
The Ali Podcast.
The Ali All Elite Podcast.
The Ali All Elite Podcast.
Some too sweet love from podcast to podcast. Question. Chances at the United Center show starting at 8 or 9 p.m. EST instead of 10 p.m. due to potential obvious circumstances. Love you both.
Love you. I don't know. I don't know. I sent a question because, listen, do you want to go head-to-head with Raw, with SmackDown on that day?
Right.
I would say that it is a interesting risk to take. I think this whole United Center thing is a big risk to take, which I'm going to get to this.
We'll be talking about that.
I want to talk about this because that's a great question, by the way, that you brought up.
We got another $5 from our buddy Derek Schropnell. Andrew looks like a Miami Vice villain today. I love it. Yeah, he looks like the guy that the cartels are after.
Yeah, I'm wearing white pants too.
You can pull off the white pants.
I can pull off the white pants.
I wouldn't. You know what? If I wore white pants, immediately covered in ketchup.
It's very difficult now, you know, for me to survive in these pants. So, you know, I knew they were going. They have 7 more years of going, by the way. This is not going to end. This deal is not stopping.
Pretty nuts when you think about it.
Yeah.
Who do you think comes back? Do you think they're going to do like a big return?
I think they're going to stack it.
Yeah.
I think they're going to have a ton of people there. I don't know who the big return is. Who do you bring out there? I don't know. I don't know anything about the booking. I'll tell you that. This is still very early.
Fair enough.
You know, very, very early. WWE announces a pay-per-view in Atlanta January 1st at Rolling Loud. Isn't that interesting? They announced a pay-per-view on January 1st.
So a New Year's Day pay-per-view, do you think they did well enough when they were doing those like intermittent cuts to Rolling Loud last week? Dude,
Rolling Loud looked what a beautiful setting. It looked
like fun, dude.
I know one of the owners of Rolling Loud. Like these guys put on a mega event. Okay, mega event. I think it was interesting for WWE to select this. I don't know what the relationship there was. I don't know if it was a touring brand. It was Rolling Loud. It was WWE. It was their PR company. You know, you could see that WWE is attempting to be a lot hipper. And connect to a different audience.
Yeah.
You know, my generation is the disenfranchised Attitude Era fan.
Sure.
These guys that are going to Rolling Loud are the John Cena fans that grew up with that. You know, mid to late 2000s. You know, they watched in the 2010s. These kids are now 21, 22, 23 years old. So they're attempting to regain that nostalgia now. It's no longer about the Austins and it is always going to be about the Austins and the Rocks, but it's more about the John Cenas and the Edges more than
And the Randy Ortons.
And the Randy Ortons now. So I thought it looked fantastic. I think I don't think they gave a crap, the crowd. But, to do a January 1st pay-per-view, interesting.
Can I interrupt for a second?
Yeah.
My buddy Alex just texted me. You're both dressed like you're handing out side missions in Vice City.
Yeah. Yeah, we are both dressed like we're in Miami.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. They watched it. It was fine. Whatever. It was what it was. AEW Rampage. Let's talk about this. You want to go into this, or you want to save this for?
Let's talk about it now, because
Okay.
I feel like everybody who's watching us right now probably watched Dynamite last night.
Yeah.
And this is very interesting. So they announced their show on August 20th. AEW Rampage's second show will be at the United Center in Chicago.
Yes.
Right?
Okay. So I want to give a shout out here to Cassidy from bodyslam.net. Let me pull up the message he had sent me. So he told me to kayfabe this a couple days ago. So Cassidy from bodyslam.net, he did something interesting. He was able to look at chartered flights.
Got it.
And he figured out that Tony Khan was on his way to Chicago.
Okay.
And somebody told him that they were booking the United Center.
Okay.
He was like, listen, this guy hasn't been wrong.
Truth.
And he also reported the CM Punk signing. Or the Daniel Bryan signing, right? Did he do Daniel Bryan or CM Punk? I'm so sorry.
I think he did CM Punk.
Maybe both. He did both. Let's say everybody's done both at this point. Tony Khan he went on Busted Open Radio.
Yes.
And kind of buried him. It was like, he's wrong on all this. It's not happening. This is all bullshit. Blah blah blah. I'm obviously filling in blanks, and obviously, good job at working everybody, because that is exactly what's happening. Bob Hazelwood, $5. I just like hearing my name on the podcast. I like hearing your name on the podcast too. The Hazelwood.
Bob Hazelwood. I'm not going to say it a fourth time, otherwise he shows up.
You know what he does? He throws witch hazel at you.
Does he?
Yeah.
I thought he shows up dressed like the New Year's baby with a bottle of champagne and a diaper and a rattle.
So,
Okay.
Ringside News reported it, but they reported it after the confirmation. So also Sean Ross Sapp also reported that. I did not report it. I just want to tell people, because people crediting me for this, I did not report it. What I said was,
yes,
all the indicators from people that I've spoken to think he's going.
CM Punk.
And Daniel Bryan too, both of them.
So here's the thing. Either it's obviously it's wrestling, either it's real or it's not. AEW dropped all kinds of CM Punk teases
my
yesterday.
God. Well, the beginning, they started off with the Space Jam stuff, Michael Jordan reference, Kenny Omega wearing the 23. I know that it was like a ad spot, but it was still they were alluding to that. Before that, CM Punk put the Chicago Bulls theme. Yeah. Do they still do it, or is that like it went away with the 90s?
I'm not sure. Nick Jackson did the high knee bulldog.
He did the high knee bulldog, yeah.
Darby Allin cut the promo and referenced, hey, if you're gonna basically saying like, hey, if you're gonna come to AEW, this is where the real talent is at.
Even
no
if you think
you're
the best in the world.
MJF, this was the other one that I thought was interesting.
I missed one. I missed that one.
So when MJF cut a similar line that CM Punk did to Cena, where I think the original line was, I hope you're as uncomfortable as you are over there. And then he said something else after that. So MJF did the same line to Jericho. Yeah,
it's listen. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. Now. I guess I'll say it now. Whatever. I'm just gonna say it. So
okay.
So I spoke to someone, and when I was told that they may be booking the United Center, I was like, you know what? This is interesting. They're gonna book the United Center for Friday. Why the hell would you go to Chicago, then go back to Chicago for 3 shows?
Right.
Or 2. What do they do? They're doing Rampage, right? They're going to do Rampage. They're going to tape Dark, and they're going to tape the pay-per-view.
Right.
That's a lot of shows in like a 2-week vicinity or 3-week vicinity, whatever it's going to be. There's a reason for this. And the reason is, obviously, and this is, I don't have 100% confirmation on this, but I would say that the reason for this is to set up a match for him at the pay-per-view.
Right.
2 weeks later or a week later, whatever, It's 2 weeks later. Yeah, 2 weeks later.
This is very interesting. So if you
this is the 20th.
yeah.
Also, I mean, this kind of goes to the back and forth with WWE. I'm not saying that this is what they're doing, but you know, if this happened organically, I would say that that's quite a interesting thing. CM Punk leaves WWE. They send him his termination on his wedding day. So CM Punk then on Thanksgiving Eve puts out that podcast with Colt Cabana.
Right.
He's debuting in a big building in the United Center, and that's a big risk for AEW, and we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
He's debuting on the eve of SummerSlam.
Crazy.
Very, and by the way, that's going to be the story of the weekend.
He's gonna. This is smart because if he does debut at Rampage, it doesn't take away from the possible Daniel Bryan stuff. The line that I was thinking of is MJF goes, "Chris, as you sit there in more pain than you've ever been in your entire life, I need you to listen to me." That's what CM Punk said to John Cena.
Yes, he did.
So, listen, they're cock teasing a lot of
Big
this
time.
stuff, but who knows, man? This could be trolling. I don't think they're trolling. I think it's very smart of them to do Rampage at the United Center because that's going to drive ticket sales through the roof.
All right, ready? Ready?
Ready.
Tim Anger, $20. Unbutton another button. Listen, this is not my OnlyFans, but I'll give you a little teaser. Look at this. Another one.
Look at this.
Look at this. Hachi Machi.
Brandon Charles Powell, $9.99. First time catching you guys live. Love the work. Keep it up. Just want to say that Shane McMahon did win the Best in the World trophy.
He did.
But I'm sure CM Punk is debuting.
Shane is the actual best in the world. So, listen, man, they have to do it.
Yeah.
Chris, $5, baby. Thank you so much, man. You guys are paying for my train ticket today.
Chris Farrell, thank you very much.
You know how much it costs me to get to Manhattan now?
It's a lot, isn't it? What peak is like 13, right?
It's like 20 freaking bucks now each one. Like
you're taking the wrong. What are you doing?
I'm going to the Hamptons every day.
Are you going backwards and then forwards?
No, it's like $17.
No, thank you.
Yeah,
I haven't. Listen, me, I used to be public transportation man #1, right?
Not anymore.
Let me tell you, this is bizarre to me. This is the first time in my life ever since I was a child I've not taken the train or bus in about a year and a half.
Dude, I took an Uber last night because I got home very late from the city. I took an Uber from Sapphire. It cost me $168.
Yowza.
I mean, I did call an Escalade, like a new Escalade.
Just for you.
Just for me.
You were like, I'm going to lay down in the back.
I pretend I'm a diplomat when I'm driving around, and I cross my legs, and I act really busy in the back so I don't talk to anybody.
Oh, boy.
So, sorry, we go on tangents here, too. We like to have fun with this.
It's okay. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. So, CM Punk. Isn't it crazy that this dude is still get 6 years, almost 7 years, right? That he hasn't been around.
Yeah.
Almost 7 years. We mentioned this on the show last week. 7 years, and this guy's name is still being changed.
Unbelievable, right? He hasn't. So there's no going back from here. You can't under any circumstance. Oh, Chris said, sorry, his statement was, if AEW wants to tease us like this, I'm all for it. But you got to deliver. You got to deliver.
Yeah,
this.
dude.
And listen. There is at this point, there's zero possibility unless something tragic happens, which God, I hope not, that it is an impossibility that he is not signed. You cannot tease to that level and not deliver it. It would be a astronomical disappointment.
Right.
Unless the tease is it's Daniel Bryan.
Which would be, I feel like, listen, it's wrestling, it's kayfabe, it could be a good gotcha moment, which is still awesome, and I think that's the exciting part about modern wrestling.
Think about how they would F so many people, like, because I got messages from people, and they said to me, they're like, oh, I'm not going, I was planning my trip to go to Vegas. They're moving their flights,
okay,
so they could go to Chicago.
Wow,
people are now driving to Chicago, then flying out of O'Hare.
Wow,
so there's a lot of changes to the schedule for people.
Listen, card subject to change.
Always. And I got to tell you, very excited. This is cool. Regardless of how you feel about CM Punk, this is a big moment for pro wrestling.
Oh, yeah. Regardless of who it is.
I spoke to some people in WWE.
Sure.
There's a lot of rumors that Vince is very upset. Management's very angry.
Mm-hmm.
How could they let these two go?
Dropping the ball.
Why would they let them go? I think Daniel Bryan is the disappointment for them. They really didn't want him to go. CM Punk, not so much. I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to be honest about it. There's no buzz that I'm hearing coming from like the office side that, oh, we effed up. We effed up by not signing him.
Okay.
There's a lot of, and I don't agree with this, by the way, what I'm going to say. There's a lot of people that think his stock is not what it normally it would be.
Okay.
They think his UFC losses hurt him, which I don't think it's gonna hurt him. And you know, a lot of people worked with him when he was very unhappy. And I don't think I think that's the memory that they have. I'm saying for management. I'm not talking about the talent.
Right.
I think the talent knows what a big deal this is.
Yeah. So, you know what's really interesting? That just reminded me of, you know, how many times has WWE tried to like issue those live CM Punk chants, right?
Yeah.
During the Thunderdome, they were in such control of it.
Yeah, big time.
You know, like big time. So it's interesting. He's an interesting cat. I feel like there's so much stuff that's like going into this. We got
$5 from Mike.
$5 from Mike. Can Punk and Cabana, how are they going to coexist?
I think they're going to coexist. I think they'll be fine.
We also got $5 from Jason Bowman. Can you imagine what that crowd in Chicago will be like if they tease CM Punk this much and he doesn't show?
It would be a big disappointment. That would be 100% a big disappointment.
That building would explode, dude.
So listen, man, I think this is really cool.
Yeah.
I think this is really big for professional wrestling. I think September is going to be an astronomical month for wrestling.
Oh my God.
You know, this is you don't get these opportunities too often. I keep saying this, and I'm talking about WWE as well.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that you were shut down essentially for a year and people are so beyond forgiving of the bad television that you put on for anybody. I mean, this goes for Ring of Honor too. This goes for New Japan. You know, New Japan really suffered, and they're still suffering now from this pandemic. You know, all these companies suffer, but you're a little bit more forgiving and you're willing to give it another chance because of everything that happened. I think for AEW, you know, they've taken a ball and they're running with it.
100%.
At this moment. I think their TV's been fantastic. There obviously there's a lot of criticism to put on, and we'll talk about it. We'll talk about the main event and some of the criticism I had there. We'll talk about some of the criticism with, you know, people that are like a little green being in major positioning and major matches. So we could talk about that. That's all honest criticism that you could have of this. Same thing for WWE and the mistakes that they make. But how do you look at this and say, this is not big?
Exactly. And you know what? Just with the amount of people talking about it in the industry and outside of the industry and people who have nothing to do with wrestling, it's fascinating. Stephen Amell had an interview the other day, and he was asked about CM Punk returning or if he signed with AEW.
And what did he say?
He said, I asked him, and CM Punk sent me a shoulder shrug emoji. But then he flipped it and was like, I'd love to see him back in WWE. Wouldn't it be amazing to see CM Punk and Triple H?
That's hysterical.
But you know what else? Because Punk was on that show Heels, dude had to get back in ring shape.
Yeah.
Right?
So maybe he's been working out. Listen, for all that he is, stupid is not one of them. He's a very intelligent guy. He knows how to do business, and I think he's made a decision. You know, this is a once in a lifetime opportunity to come into a company like this.
Exactly.
That has the momentum that they do currently. And you know what? If you're gonna stick it to Vince, this would be the way. Not that that's his motivation, but
it's a silver lining.
It is a silver lining.
Right? If you think about it, I mean, like, you know, these guys are professionals. You know, like, who knows what they're going on, what their inside lives are.
Well, listen, here's the other thing, right? They booked the United Center for Friday night. It's a good night. You're gonna draw better on a Friday than a Wednesday, okay? Especially in that building. I'm very curious. I think tickets go on sale Friday for the show.
I believe so. Tomorrow.
I'm getting some news right now. I'm going to wait to confirm this because I'm asking for some more stuff, but I'm hearing some stuff I'm gonna touch on this right now. I'm getting messages from people.
When you can reveal it, can you go? Can you grab one headphone and go, this just in, and then do like an old timey news break?
So I could tell you that a certain network is not very happy.
There's a lot of networks out there.
The CM Punk stuff, not very happy.
Really?
So
Okay.
I have to tell you. So WWE. Let me backtrack a little bit. So
Sure.
WWE, they're not very concerned about CM Punk. They're not looking. They know it's a big get for AEW.
Mhm.
Everybody very realistic, but they were not negotiating to bring him at this moment.
Right.
So it's not a hit. But however, I would say that Daniel Bryan's a big hit for them, and I'll tell you why. Who likes Daniel Bryan? Everybody. Merchandise sells. Kids love him. Adults love him.
Mhm.
He's family friendly.
Yeah.
You know, he was part of that reality show.
Mhm.
The Bellas are very intertwined in the media, the PR of
Mhm.
WWE. Right? They're ambassadors. Daniel Bryan is a great ambassador for the company.
Absolutely.
That's where the hit is.
Great comeback story too.
Phenomenal comeback story. Great opportunity. So him leaving, and again, I don't have confirmation. I could just tell you that almost everybody believes that this is happening.
Mhm.
So I'm gonna go with the people that have a little bit more sources than me. Like my AEW side, give me a couple of weeks with the AEW.
I know,
side.
I know. You're working on it.
I have worked on it.
You're mining.
We also I have so much news here. You know what? I'm in such a great mood today. I really am.
You gonna drop one?
Just don't ruin it, the universe. I'm speaking to the universe.
Okay.
Don't ruin it for me today. I'm enjoying my day.
The WWE universe.
The WWE universe.
Are we moving on?
We're moving on.
Okay. Talk to me.
So just to finish that, very excited for this.
Me too. It's gonna be fun for fans, regardless of what the outcome is. I think people need to take a step back, and it's wrestling. It's fun. Who cares? You know, at the end of the day, like we got into like a weird thing on Twitter about like last night about like comparative matches. Don't gatekeep. Just have fun. Watch it. We have fun watching it. Crack a beer. Do all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
Moving forward.
Oh, so let me just
Okay.
let me just touch on this
Yes.
a little bit, and then we're gonna go into a whole bunch of other stuff.
Okay.
CM Punk now shows up on August 20th.
Okay.
Here's his setup for his first match.
Go.
Who is he wrestling on that pay-per-view?
Daniel Bryan.
I would 100% hold off on that.
Yeah.
I mean, and I'll tell you why. You got my money already with CM Punk, right? Not me, but the viewer. I watch this. I see it. This will most likely be the most ordered pay-per-view that they've ever had if he has a match. Who is his first match with? Do you say, you know what? Hangman didn't win that match. Do you start it off that way? I would not. Do you do Darby Allin? Because I know that they wanted to work.
That'd be cool. Do you hotshot him to Kenny? Or
Do you hotshot him to Kenny?
I got something outlandish that could be a lot of fun. Because we're going back and forth between Punk and Daniel Bryan. I'm going to give you chills right now.
Yeah.
Double debut. Greatest tag team on the planet.
They start off as a tag.
Start off as a tag.
Oh, to get their legs going a little bit.
Take the belts off the Bucks.
Okay.
Now it's Punk and Daniel Bryan with the tag belts.
You know what? I would not. I know people would be very upset over that. I know people wouldn't like it. I would absolutely love that because I think that's a great way to get them going again. You know, starting that engine up for the first time in a while. You gotta pump it. It's like an old, a car with a carburetor. You got to pump the gas a little bit.
I think that would be a lot of fun. Punk has said in the past too, like this is again, like this has been half an hour of talking about CM Punk.
Sorry,
which is fine. But I do believe he said in the past, he was like, I always wondered why they never did anything with me and Daniel Bryan. We could have been their Shawn and Brett.
They had that one really good
Fastlane
match when was it Fastlane?
Yeah, their one big pay-per-view match.
They were both champions though, right?
I think so.
Something like I can't remember. By the way, this is the news I just got. Okay, WWE's network partners are shocked AEW is pulling off the CM Punk deal, and I'm looking at something that would those words that were written to me that would make me 100% believe it. I have an image of something that I don't want to say much.
Can
but
I see it? Can I see it?
Yeah, I'll show it to you when we're done with this. But very interesting. Listen, the partners are shocked because guess what? They're not big wrestling fans,
Right.
and they only know names. And when they hear a name like that, they're like, well, why would they let him go? They don't really know the interworkings.
Yeah.
So of course they're shocked. By the way, there's a lot of stuff going on with the partners. There's a ton of stuff. We'll get to. So sorry, Rich. Go right ahead.
I'm done talking about CM Punk right now.
Okay,
unless you want to keep going. I can. All right, moving on.
Yeah.
I got a question for you. Talk to me about Brock Lesnar.
Okay. Last night, apparently, a rumor started that Brock Lesnar signed with another company.
Other than WWE.
Other than WWE. This started on the F4W Wrestling Observer newsletter message board.
Uh-huh.
And somebody posted there. And by the way, I just saw this beforehand. Somebody posted that from a reliable source, a 20-year source, he's saying. This person's been not wrong for 20 years. I'm trying to find... Oh, is the story gone? Maybe.
Okay,
I can't see it. No. Sorry. I couldn't... I couldn't see it. So essentially what happened was the story is that he signed with another company and people started thinking it's AEW. I could tell you right now, Brock Lesnar is not signed with AEW. They have spoken maybe once in passing, like nothing serious whatsoever.
Yeah.
Everybody I asked about this, they laughed. So I don't know. That's all I could, I could only tell you what they said to me. I also know that Dave said that it is not true. Brock is not already signed with AEW. Brock is not signed with WWE.
Yeah.
I know WWE wants him. I have to just say, if I'm WWE, how the hell do you let him go if this is the case? And it's not. I'm not saying it is.
Yeah.
You can't. It is beyond stupid. And a lot of people are saying, well, no, this is an indicator that WWE is trying to sell.
Okay.
Yes, you try to save as much money as possible when you're selling.
Right.
But you also have to sell at your peak earnings.
Right.
As much money as you could possibly make with you got to make the company look the best that it possibly can. You're not going to let all these top talents go if you're selling it. You know what I mean? You would want to stockpile them. A couple of years ago when they were stockpiling talent, I would say, yeah, maybe they are getting ready for a sale because you want to have the most stacked roster, but you also want to have as little expenses as possible. So I don't believe this story about Brock Lesnar going somewhere. Listen, maybe he's signed with, who knows what he's signed with? Maybe he's doing like a commentary gig. That's a possibility for MMA.
That is true. Dude, imagine if he signed with GCW.
He signed with GCW. He's fighting Matt Cardona, and we'll go into that.
That would be hysterical if it was like the announcement would be GCW's new signing is Brock Lesnar, and he demolishes Matt Cardona.
Fantastic.
Matt Cardona beat Nick Gage over the weekend to win the GCW title. Dude, I felt great because he did it. He won. He got through that bloody match. I felt so bad that he got pelted with all those beer cans.
He really did get pelted. He really got pelted, but I think he ate it up in the moment.
Oh yeah.
Dude, that build, you want to talk about heat. And listen, dude, he reinvented himself.
Good for him, yeah.
He's so monstrously large.
He's a big dude.
I have so much to talk about Nick Gage. I really do.
Mark L 999. Love you, boys. Love you back.
Love you.
There's gonna be a rematch. Clearly, do you want to talk about the Nick Gage stuff when we go through Dynamite?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're done with the GCW stuff here, right?
It was a crazy blood-filled hardcore death match. Listen, that's not my. I don't seek that kind of wrestling, but
unless it's Japanese.
Unless it's Japanese, unless it's like FMW from the 90s. But I'm able to say, like, you know what? For what they did, it was really good.
Yeah,
they did a great job at this.
It's such an interesting thing. But also, let's talk about the news we dropped yesterday.
Big story, guys.
Huge.
Friday, August 20th. The Matmen will be in Las Vegas. Live from the Sapphire Pool. We are going to be in Las Vegas at Sapphire. Obviously, you guys know our relationship with them. We're going to be broadcasting from the pool, and I got to tell you, there is a surprise guest.
Are we allowed to talk about it?
I don't want to mention it yet because I don't know if the contract is 100% signed, but it's as close to 100% signed as possible. this is a very fitting guest for the show.
Could I drop a hint that would make people go crazy?
No. I don't want to do it because I don't want it to affect the contract getting signed today.
I'm not going to name names.
Okay, go.
But I am very excited to meet this person and their significant other.
I met this person in 1998.
Okay.
I met him in 1998 at the Wrestling Universe.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a lot to say about this guy. He also got me suspended from middle school in 9th grade.
Once we're in the clear, we're gonna drop that bomb on you guys.
Probably next 2 days we'll announce it.
It's gonna be fun, guys.
Yeah. So we're gonna be there. Listen, here's how it's gonna work. Come watch us do the show. Come meet this special guest.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be a total shit show. We're gonna be live in Vegas at a day spa at the pool, the day club.
Be awesome.
It's outdoors, so you're gonna be fine. I know that Clark County and Las Vegas, Nevada, they have issued a indoor mask requirement.
We're going to be outdoors.
But we're going to be outdoors for SummerSlam, and we're going to be outdoors for there. So no worries with that stuff. I'm telling you, this is going to be a banger. People are going to, I know a lot of people are stopping by. A lot of other podcasters, a lot of other pro wrestling personalities are going to be there.
Joe Pearl.
Joe Pearl is going to be there, and we're going to go to war. I'm going to gig him, man.
Listen,
I'm going to gig him.
You're going
this.
You're going to ship him.
Yeah, I'm going to shove him.
Listen, man, fruity drinks and bikini freaks.
That's it.
What I'm talking about.
Fruity drinks and bikini freaks. Love it. So you guys are obviously
invited.
We'll finally, you guys are all invited, and we'll do Tubmen there.
Are we gonna finally do Tubmen?
We are gonna do Tubmen.
Can't wait.
We'll do a hot Tubmen.
We gotta make
a
sure.
hot tub.
We gotta make sure that internet is bumping so everybody can see us in all our glory.
Yeah.
How pink I get.
Light tubes. We're gonna just stab each other with light tubes. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. We're also gonna be at the pay-per-view. We're gonna be at SummerSlam. So if you see us there, say hello. Jonathan is working on our t-shirts. We gotta submit those to Pro Wrestling Tees to get our Las Vegas t-shirts. We're doing a Chicago t-shirt and we're doing a Queens Matmen t-shirt. The Matmen tour started. We're gonna be at Arthur Ashe. We're gonna be in Chicago. We're gonna be at MSG for the SmackDown show, and we're gonna be in Vegas. So a lot of moving parts here. Very excited.
I'm texting Jonathan right now. I just got a t-shirt idea.
Okay. I've been sending him a whole bunch of stuff, so let's get him going. Show highlights for SmackDown. Rolling Loud match. The camera work was so good for that match at Rolling Loud. And I really was trying to figure out like who was filming it, how they were filming it. It was really good camera work. It looked different. The sun setting was beautiful. It was a fantastic visual. Did people care about it?
It was gorgeous.
We'll see. Bianca retained versus Carmella. The crowd there wasn't really into it, but how do you even gauge it? There's like 200,000 people there. Roman's promo on John Cena was excellent. The whole missionary position thing was great. They removed it, by the way. They took it out.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That was a great promo, man. It was so much fun.
Balor has challenged Reigns. Awesome. Baron Corbin's shoot interview on Talking Smack. That WWE exclusive thing. It was, you know what it was like I was listening to?
Yeah.
It was really one of those 1990s shoot interviews where the guy's talking about how so-and-so lost all of his money. I thought he was so fantastic and genuine in that interview that he did. Fantastic.
Don't be surprised if this dude gets that belt within the next year.
Dude, I told you there's a reason why they like this guy.
He plays ball, man.
He's really, unfortunately, people didn't see it with him, but everybody in the company sees how great he is. It's actually one of those amazing moments where everybody praises him that works there.
Listen, you, myself, and Shin
saw it.
From his NXT days, we were like, that's the guy.
Yeah.
That's the guy.
What did you think of Raw?
I enjoyed it, and then I just immediately stopped enjoying it. I was like,
me too.
yo, this is great. This is fun. Like the AJ Styles, AJ hitting that 450 over the Viking Raiders was dope. Almost that guy. The sky's the limit for him. If he develops charm, he's gonna that belt is gonna be on him, dude.
Yeah.
Like
he's new. Listen, Braun Strowman was really green when he started.
Yeah.
So think about it, how long it took him to kind of get there. They could do something interesting with him.
Braun Strowman never got past being that one-dimensional character, though. He was always this guy. Oh, no. I'm looking at myself on the monitor.
Damian Priest beat Sheamus in a non-title match. I think Damian Priest looked great.
Good match.
He does too many poses, though.
Yes.
He has the pose. He has the arrow. He has like 10,000 poses. Pick one. So, Karrion Kross beat Keith Lee in a not so fantastic match.
Yeah.
So this was not the original match. Obviously, this changed. Karrion Kross was supposed to lose again to Jeff Hardy in the rematch, and then finally go berserk. I'm not 100% on this, but I was told by somebody over there that the plan was that Karrion Kross keeps losing until Scarlett shows up, and that's going to bring him back on track because she's able to unleash the warrior, whatever they're calling him now, in him.
Yeah.
The gladiator in him.
This could also mean that they're testing the waters with Kross to see if he plays ball. You know?
I'm sure.
Like, to see if they're like, well, you're king shit in NXT. This is Raw.
Yeah, but sometimes it's good to keep someone as king shit, right? I would imagine, like, you want to keep the momentum going and not have them lose every week. You know, and I said this last week.
Yeah.
You know, when I spoke to somebody over there, they're like, "Yeah, I don't understand why people are freaking out on the internet. Like, it's leading to something. Why don't people understand? Like, we're telling a story. The match doesn't matter. The story matters.
If Jeff Hardy didn't get COVID-25, this would have been the rematch.
This would have been the rematch, and he would have lost here too.
Exactly, and that would have been like a nice little rub for Karrion Kross.
Listen, and by the way, those aren't my words. I don't agree that he should be losing, but I also agree that sometimes we should let things play out.
Absolutely.
By the way, the best insult I ever got, somebody called me a centrist bitch when it comes to wrestling, and I thought it was so fucking hysterical. And I was like, you know what? I am a centrist with this stuff, except for when I'm not. Let's see.
But that's also like the dum-dums that don't watch the show completely. You know?
I think they want me to have like a really aggressive hot take on stuff, and I really don't give a shit.
Right, exactly.
You know, like I'm like, it is what it is, guys. You know,
you're not an aggressive hot take guy. I'm not an aggressive hot take guy. You know what pisses me off though? I feel like these dum-dums and knuckleheads watch the show. They try to glean misinformation from you, like the Tessa Blanchard thing. But also, like, we got a lot of funny effing jokes that happen.
Tons.
Nobody talks about those.
Nobody talks about that. Wow, we love you guys. So Nikki challenged Charlotte to another non-title match next week. Charlotte beat Nikki Ash, by the way, in a non-title match. Charlotte laid out Nikki. Nikki challenged Charlotte. Three-way match made for SummerSlam.
With Rhea Ripley.
Rhea Ripley, yeah.
How do you feel about the Nikki Ash character?
Their hope is that they're going to sell so much freaking merch with her.
The masks,
with the masks and everything, and we'll see it at SummerSlam. You know?
I like the positive, because you have three... Nikki Ash, Charlotte, and Rhea Ripley, you have those three characters that I feel like are a good representation of fans and people in the audience, right? Charlotte is like the elegant, like bitch, right?
Yeah. The
Rhea,
character.
She's the character, right? Like she's like the no nonsense, like her character is like the boss bitch, right? Rhea Ripley's character, she's like the goth chick. She's like the cool goth chick that you want to be friends with.
Yeah.
And Nikki Ash is the go get him. You can do it if you put your mind to it character. She's the wholesome one, right?
Yeah.
Great combination, great characters for all three of them, and everybody in the audience has a dog in the fight in terms of that. You know,
yeah.
I think they can put on an amazing match at SummerSlam.
I think so. I think they could do something cool. We'll see. But this is obviously leading to Becky in sub capacity, you know.
For
And
sure.
I don't know if listen, I've heard that she's going to SmackDown, but there's a draft happening, so I don't know if she's going to pop sides, if Seth Rollins moves, who moves, you know. We'll see with this, but Becky's coming soon. They're just waiting for the right moment for this. It's in the cards. It's already planned, so they have an idea. Let's talk about NXT highlights. They were on Sci-Fi, the lowest rated episode, I believe. But they were on Sci-Fi.
I don't think people knew it was on Sci-Fi.
I don't think a lot of people did either.
I tweeted that out, and a lot of people were like, "What?
Yeah,
what?"
Samoa Joe versus Karrion Kross signed for Takeover.
Hell yes.
The day after, it's a Sunday Takeover. The day after SummerSlam.
We might be in the air.
We might be in the air.
Yeah.
No, we're still there Sunday. Oh no, we are coming back Sunday. Yeah. So we are in the air. Very excited for this. He resigned as management. He got reinstated as a wrestler. This was always the plan.
Awesome.
I very much enjoyed this. Dakota Kai turned on Raquel Gonzalez. That was a big moment. We saw that coming. Cameron Grimes and LA Knight golf trip. This was fantastic.
Hysterical.
And the Ted DiBiase pep talk was great.
The Grimes, I like a good nut shot. Did you catch that?
You're talking about Elon Musk's baby mama?
Her name's Nutshot.
Yeah. Is that her?
That's pretty funny. And their baby's Windows 98.
Windows 98 is their child's name.
You know what? I'm not even going to talk about that. Let's talk about Fight for the Fallen.
Let's do Fight for the Fallen. This was, what did you 1 to 10? What did you think?
Off the charts.
Off the charts.
I loved
really good show.
I loved every single minute of this. MG Geek was texting me the whole night, like, "Yo, are you okay? Are you okay right now?" With every single thing that happened, it for me personally. Last night's show did it for me 1,000%.
You know what it is for me? It's the pacing. The pacing is well done.
Yes.
And you really don't have these like lulls in the show where there's nothing happening for an extended period of time. You know, like you have a WWE moment, for example, Raw. Raw will have a match, go to a break, come back, do a recap of it, then go to the announcers. Then they go to a backstage segment.
Yeah.
Then they go to a billboard, and they say, we'll be right back.
It's written so bonkers.
Because of think about how much time they got to fill. And SmackDown, again, phenomenal pacing.
Yeah.
I know WWE's stuck for this 3-hour stuff contractually because of the money that they're making, but 3-hour wrestling shows do not work unless it's a pay-per-view.
Yeah. Unless
it's a pay-per-view, it's not. You're always going to have a problem with this. Less is more. Definitely. We've learned that. And this is a great example of how AEW is paced. The show began with the Elite, Kenny Omega, Matt Jackson, Nick Jackson, Doc Gallows, and Carl Anderson against Hangman and the Dark Order. The pop Hangman got.
Dude, they set up that intro for Hangman perfectly.
Phenomenal.
Where with his theme music playing and then the Dark Order saying, "What does it mean to be a cowboy?" And then like those little interviews. The pop Hangman got, like you said, phenomenal. He's got like his Dark Order gear now, like the purple and green. Mind blown. I was like, what are the Elite gonna do? And what do? Space Jam.
Space Jam. Again, a nice Time Warner crossover, right?
Nice Time Warner crossover. Yeah. And I do love that they actually made sense with the Kenny Omega intro. And from North Carolina.
Yeah, because he was in North Carolina and he was wearing number 23, Michael Jordan. So again, a nice connection with that. I thought it was good. Do you think Hangman should have lost? Because what is this? What do they do now?
Yeah, I think, you know what? I think that was a great ending.
Look at this. Varouj in the chat room. Another one of our tribesmen.
What's up, bud?
Varouj in the chat room. You want to read it?
Is there anyone in NXT you could see them calling up and actually using them well? Bronson Reed.
Bronson Reed would be used well, yeah.
Ryan Martin's $4.99. Cross, I think people just want him to come out and kill everyone out of the gate. I can see WWE going with Scarlett being like his urn, like Undertaker.
By the way, I wasn't told she's going to be the urn, but I'm filling in the blanks.
Yeah.
But I would like her to be like the urn.
Be the urn.
I'm just going to say, I would like her to possess the power.
Yeah, for sure.
So, what a fantastic. Oh, yeah. Let me find this here. Sorry.
So, you asked me.
Yeah.
Was it okay to have Hangman lose? I said yes, under the circumstances, absolutely. Why? Because the Dark Order guys are still the quote-unquote jobbers. Right? Hangman is not the jobber. He supported the whole team. Right?
Yeah.
It was down to 2 versus 1. Hangman took the pin. You watched the match intently, right?
I did, yeah.
I'm going to make a statement. I made the statement on Twitter last night. Whenever they do it, whenever Hangman takes the title off of Kenny or whenever they have a match, whatever's going to happen between them, I guarantee you Hangman will be the only one to kick out of the One-Winged Angel.
That would make him, because
he kicked out of so much stuff last night, even though he lost.
Yeah,
I think if he kicks out of that One-Winged Angel, this sets up that story.
Yeah,
you know.
Okay, I'm into that.
Kayfabe, old school, like nobody kicks out of this move.
Yeah,
and I know it was Kota Ibushi like years ago, but whatever. Like, we're getting rid of that, right?
Yeah, very interesting. I'm into that. So I thought that was a great opener. My God, I mean, it was bonkers. They did everything you could possibly imagine. It was excellent. Ricky Stark's FTW Championship celebration followed this. Somebody tweeted, "How did Taz make Hook? How is that his child?" I thought it was so interesting and he's playing that up because they're so different.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I feel like Will Hobbs is more believable to be Taz's son.
Oh, for sure.
That Hook is,
or or
even Ricky Starks,
Ortiz.
Yeah, or Ricky Starks. What a beautiful tan on Taz. I got to tell you, everybody talks about the human suplex machine. Nobody gives him credit on maintaining that level of tan for all these years. I mean, just
Great
fantastic tan.
Great tan.
Fantastic. Still holding it up. You know, he could have had the best 5-star matches, but in my mind, it's his tan that's the 5 stars.
He's got a 5-star tan.
Yeah.
Ricky Starks' FTW Championship celebration was a lot of fun. I like that he came out with the band, you know, like the playing the Saints marching in. Good stuff. I like the chase between him and Brian Cage also. That's a thing that AEW does very well, right? When you don't have these guys wrestling on a show, they will be in like a 2-minute segment to keep it going, you know?
Got it.
We had FTR versus Santana and Ortiz.
So this match was cut short. Who got hurt? Wheeler got hurt or Hardwood got hurt?
I think it was Cash Wheeler. He got a nasty cut on his arm.
Yeah, and they wrapped it up.
They
went
wrapped it
home because I think it was the turnbuckle, right? He cut it on the turnbuckle.
I hope that dude's okay. Apparently, the reports are saying that he's fine.
Yeah,
you know, he just a little. It was like a nasty gash.
So this is something interesting that happened here. Right after this, IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship: Lance Archer versus Hikuleo. I'm sorry. Hikuleo. I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna call you Hikuleo.
I like that name. I'm fine with that. With King Haku, they came out with the Gorillas of Destiny Bullet Club theme.
Very smooth.
Very cool. Very smooth. And it was fascinating to see the Bullet Club logo. You know, that was cool.
It's Haku, man.
I know, it was cool. And here comes Haku to the pop of the night, in my opinion. And he felt it.
Oh, yeah.
He wasn't going to do this stuff.
Yeah.
But he saw the crowd, and he's like, you know, I got to do it. He did the kick. He did this. He did the Tongan grip on Lance Archer going to a commercial break.
He sold it very well, too.
Listen, the kid's still green. He's still getting it, but I thought this was an interesting opportunity. He's going to potentially be a big star in this business.
Big dude, man.
Big dude.
Ryan Martin's another $4.99.
Nice.
Also, is there something going on with Keith Lee in the company? Because he keeps posting on Twitter that he wants to share his story.
I think it's going to be a
twice.
It's going to be a storyline.
You think it's going to be a storyline?
I think so.
I have a feeling it's going to be, hey, I've been asking for my release for like 6 months. They won't give it to me. So, Lance Archer beats Hikuleo, right?
Okay.
Fun match. Cut to grainy video of Hiroshi Tanahashi challenging the winner of that match.
By the way, Tanahashi's made out of candle wax, right?
100%.
Okay.
And coconut oil.
Got it.
And coconnuts.
And a lot of coconuts.
A lot of coconut chips.
So Tanahashi on AEW TV. Then you had Moxley cut a promo on Tanahashi saying that Tanahashi's been dodging him.
Yeah, he's been ducking him.
And that he sent over his paperwork and that he doesn't give a shit about Tanahashi anymore. Did they set up Tanahashi? And I believe that this is what they did. They set up Tanahashi and Jon Moxley at the pay-per-view.
So, Tanahashi versus Archer is going to happen first.
He's going to be in the States.
Right. Tanahashi Archer happens first.
Okay.
Tanahashi wins.
And that's going to be at the LA show.
Yeah. Apparently the match is going to happen in Japan.
Whose match?
The Tanahashi Archer match.
Really?
Yeah. But
oh yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Yes, you're
but I also heard
right.
the same thing of like it's going to be in the dojo. You know.
Someone could definitely check it up.
Part two of that. Apparently, Tony Khan has always wanted Tanahashi to wrestle on a big event.
Dude, here's your moment.
Who better than Jon Moxley at All Out and Tanahashi?
Yeah, fantastic, right? That's another mega match.
I'm gonna do a backflip. When we're in Chicago, I'm gonna backflip. I'm gonna stand on your shoulders.
You know what I'm gonna do when that match happens? We're gonna take Denise, we're gonna roll her into a ball and just chuck it at the ring.
3D.
And you know what? Let's 3D Denise.
How many people are we gonna 3D in Chicago?
Denise is getting a 3D.
How hard are we gonna 3D Joe Pearl when we see him?
Oh yeah, big low blows.
I'll do the Devon. You do the Bubba.
Okay, I'm just gonna do low blows, like China low blows. Remember when she would do like the big long, the arm going up and hold it there? That's what I'm gonna do.
Oh, guys, we're gonna get so rough and tumble when we see everybody.
Have no idea. So Jon Moxley cut a promo on New Japan and cut a promo on Tanahashi. So I mean, this is leading to a Tanahashi Moxley match at All Out, which, holy moly, this card is stacked.
It's getting there. It's getting there.
So then you get an interview, an attempted interview with Cody in the back at Gorilla.
Mm-hmm.
Malachi Black comes in and murders him.
Awesome. I like how the announcers were like, he has no regard. He attacked him in the back.
Like it makes. But we've never seen that before, right?
That was awesome though. Like he kicked him right over that monitor too.
Yeah.
Like he stretched his leg out and got him. I'm very much looking forward to this. This is a very great matchup, and because they're doing this visually, Cody wearing all white suits and Malachi wearing all black, it makes perfect sense. I think this match is going to be a banger.
It is in LA, by the way. It's at that LA show.
Okay. All right.
Resurgence. Resurgence is LA.
Okay.
Yeah. Very, very interesting stuff here. I mean, Bullet Club, Tanahashi, Mox. It's a lot going on.
Christian Cage and Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus.
Okay, I didn't see this match.
Beat HFO, Mark Quinn, Isaiah Cassidy, and Helico. And Matt Hardy.
It
was fun.
Okay.
It was a fun match.
How was Christian's reaction?
Good. I like watching Christian wrestle. He looks like he's having fun.
He looks like he's so much bigger than everybody.
Yeah, dude.
He's gigantic.
He's eye to eye with Luchasaurus.
I know. Let's see. Thunder Rosa defeated Julia Hart with Varsity Blondes. Thunder Rosa's totally over, and this is obviously setting up the match with Britt Baker at the pay-per-view.
Well, this is her, which was interesting. Like they actually brought up the standings, and she brought up the standings because she was like, "I have no standings, but now that I'm signed, this is my first official match."
Yeah.
So now she's like 1-0.
Did Cody get booed, by the way?
I don't think so.
Okay.
People were screaming Malachi, Malachi, Malachi. I think it was a 50-50.
I think it was a seance.
Malachi, Malachi, Malachi.
Yeah, the macabre.
Hazelwood.
Hazelwood. No, don't say it a third time. So I thought it was a. I didn't get to see it. I was just curious what his reaction was.
Okay, so we're at the main event.
Yeah.
AEW Dynamite last night, July 28th, 2021.
Oh God. Okay.
Now, Andrew.
Yeah.
I've known you for many years, and
23 years.
I personally know your tastes in wrestling.
Yes.
Tell me, in a sentence or less, or a word or less, how do you feel about Nick Gage?
He makes me very uncomfortable.
Why?
Just he makes me very uncomfortable. I don't know. I think it's the way he walks.
Okay.
He walks like a crazy person.
Yeah.
I think he's very believable because this is an extension of his personality. But I also know a lot of people that really like him, and people like you would not expect are really good friends with him. So I don't know much about him. It's not my style of wrestling. I was never like a CZW guy. I love DCW, but who didn't at that time? You're a 14-year-old boy or 13-year-old boy.
Yeah.
15, 16. You're going to love that shit. So I don't like this style of wrestling. I never have. However, this match was fucking excellent.
It was a lot of fun. I'm going to interject a little real quick over here. I think the walking and the facials and the character, I think he's doing Jackie Earl Healy as Rorschach from Watchmen.
Is that what it is?
Because they look exactly alike. Remember that scene in Watchmen where Rorschach gets put in jail?
Okay.
And then they're like, aren't you afraid of the blah, 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 blah? Like all the guys you put away are here with you. And then he's like, no, they're not. They're in here with me. And he starts effing up everybody. And I think that's the Nick Gage character.
That's an interesting assessment. I don't know. I don't know what his thing is. I did enjoy the Painmaker.
So good.
What a weirdo got dad. Jericho is freaking excellent. That mask was crazy.
Is Painmaker his Cactus Jack?
That is his Cactus Jack. But next week, you know what I'm thinking we're gonna get? Lionheart.
Oh.
No, I'm not even kidding. Because somebody mentioned it to me. They go, oh yeah, they're doing Lionheart next week.
Can't wait.
I hope that's true, because you know what? He has to do a top rope maneuver, have him come out with the yellow trunks.
Corazon de Leon?
Oh, yeah. You think so? You think they'll go that deep?
That would be nice. Shaves?
No. Don't shave, Jericho. Just come out with the yellow.
Top pony.
Top pony. And then who's the next one? You got the Juice.
Oh,
we'll talk. So, that match was bonkers, right? Crazy. You know what bothers me the most about Nick Gage?
Pizza cutter.
The pizza cutter. His constant showing the items to the crowd, and then like doing like this thing, whatever the hand gesture was.
Yeah.
And then like taking the pizza cutter and going over and like just like telling you I'm gonna. But he did it like throughout the entire match.
Well, this is the biggest crowd he's ever wrestled in front of.
Yeah, listen, dude. I don't. I think it works for the character.
Mhm.
You know.
Like I said before the show, and I think at the beginning of the show, I think he's buddy with a lot of guys in the business, right? And he probably is like a super nice guy, right?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know.
Somebody probably was like, "Hey, brother, listen. If you want to make some real money, let me talk to Tony Khan.
Yeah.
Let's see what we can do. Do you think this is a one-off?
I don't know. I think maybe they'll use him more. So I was told they're not going to do this too often. They contacted TNT and they let them know that they were doing this. By the way, they didn't like pop this on them because I could, a lot of people are saying, well, the sponsors and State Farm sponsors are going to be upset. I haven't heard anything about that. I think they know the demo that they're trying to reach. Do I want to see this every week? Absolutely not. I would not want to see this every week. But they did something really freaking nutty that you've never seen on TV. You will never see fluorescent light tubes being cracked on anybody's head in WWE.
Bonkers.
First of all, Chris Jericho to do this, he didn't need to do this. Man.
Not at all.
But he wanted to.
He is the last person who he didn't have to say yes.
He's turned into Terry Funk, man.
Dude, we've said that since day one.
Yeah.
We've said that since day one. And listen, cementing his spot as the GOAT. I think I have an idea for. I'm excited.
By the way, great to talk about advertising. Lewis just brought it up. Phenomenal corporate. Listen, I like the corporate synergy shit. I keep writing synergy now. That's my thing on Twitter.
Synergy.
And people don't understand why. Love that corporate jargon. This was the epitome of corporate synergy between your content and your ad sales team.
Yeah.
They freaking did the pizza cutter spot, and it went into a Domino's commercial on the picture-in-picture.
Amazing.
And you know what? Domino's approved that.
Yeah.
And they probably said, you know what? F yeah. I think people don't realize that these ad sales teams now are run by late 20s to 40s. These guys grew up with this stuff. Yeah. This whole, the sponsor, the corporate sponsor, yeah, obviously that plays a part, but companies are more willing to take risks with how they deliver a message compared to what we used to do in the 90s.
Yeah.
You would never see what Wendy's does on Twitter.
No, well, I feel like also like the 90s and, pre-social media, it was dudes in suits smoking cigarettes going, oh, that will never work. I don't know. Why would we do that? Why would it never work?
Yeah.
Wrestling.
By the way, little tip. You know who runs your TV networks and who runs the radio stations? The ad sales teams.
Intern Deacon.
The sales team determine what's going to go on and what's not.
Yeah.
If you piss off the sales team, you're done. You're toast.
This was a lot of fun. I got one question for you.
Yeah.
How many lunatics who are Nick Gage fans do you think carry around pizza cutters and razor blades in their cargo shorts?
All of them. So the match happens. They do the fluorescent tube. They do the shard of glass. They do the pizza cutter. They do the light tube stabbing.
The pane of glass.
They do everything you could freaking imagine in this match. Chris Jericho wins. He did a hurricanrana where Nick Gage went through the glass. And then he hit him in the freaking head with those fluorescent tubes, then hit him as hard as possible with the, what does he call it?
Not the code break, the Judas effect.
The Judas effect.
Okay.
Nailed him, ended it, wins the match. Here comes MJF. And who does he announce as his opponent for next week?
The Juice, Juventud Guerrera.
Hoovy is wrestling Chris Jericho on TNT. Probably for the first time since 1998.
Yeah.
99 maybe? Early 99, 98. When was the last time they wrestled? I mean, you're talking 25 years ago. That's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
I'm into it.
Hoovy's in his mid-40s.
Hoovy's crazy. Is he in his mid-40s? Wow,
yeah,
he's younger.
He's younger. And he's friggin' jacked.
Oh, yeah, he's like crazy jacked.
He's crazy jacked. I think that's going to be fun. I just nailed who's going to be number 4.
Who?
Big Show.
Oh yeah, you could do Big Show.
Because you need a giant.
What if it's Lance Storm?
I'd be cool at Lance Storm, but there's no.
They wanted to do that match so many times. Yeah.
I'd be cool at Lance Storm. I think MJF is gonna say like, I paid this guy to be here, and it's gonna be the giant. It's gonna be Big Show. Paul White.
Okay.
Because you need a big. I feel like you need that insurmountable, like, guy, right?
Who else would you? Who else could be? I mean, who else is part of like the like his feuds? I mean, I know that Nick Gage isn't part of a feud, but
Yeah.
who could possibly do it if this is what you're doing?
What would be bananas? And I don't know when his 90 days are up. Braun Strowman.
Braun is not going to AEW.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. What if it's you could bring in Muda?
Oh, good God.
I don't know. I think this is very interesting. But Hoovy next week on TNT on Dynamite with Chris Jericho. And you know what? Nobody's complaining about it. Isn't that funny? Because it's never been seen.
Yeah. It's
it hasn't been seen in 20-something years. So, fantastic show. Very much enjoyed it. Next week, AEW Dynamite Homecoming at Daly's Place. Cody Rhodes versus Malachi Black. Obviously, this will lead to some shenanigans where they'll have a pay-per-view match or something. Because you got to. This is a big pay-per-view match. TNT Championship. Miro versus Lee Johnson. Miro's promo was great. What did he say? He goes, "I go home, bang my wife." Isn't that what he said? Something like that.
I think he's. I feel like he's trying to be Jules from Pulp Fiction, Sam Jackson's character.
Is that what he's doing?
I think so. Like a combination of that and some Arnold thing.
We also have the Bunny versus Layla Hirsch in an NWA Women's Championship Eliminator match. Another weird synergy. Christian Cage versus The Blade.
That's fun.
And that's what we have. And obviously, Rampage's second show will take place at the United Center in Chicago, August 20th. And it is called The First Dance.
Listen, man.
Yep.
Chicago references abound after that Michael Jordan documentary.
Yep.
All right.
Very good stuff. Guys, Q&A time. Rich is going to read because I don't know how to read.
All right. So a lot of these questions may have been answered. We're just going to go through them. And if they've been answered, we'll give you our quick 2 cents.
Yeah.
From at 93418, Hangman Dark Order. Where do we go from here? It felt like everybody was expecting Hangman to dethrone Omega All Out, but this looks like a bump in the road.
They have a plan. When I asked about this, they said, "Oh no, don't worry. This is part of it."
Sure.
This is part of it. By the way, guys, submit your questions in the chat. We're still taking questions, so submit them, and Jonathan's going to put them in the notes.
We have a lot of questions. And listen, Super Chat's still open.
Yeah, man.
From Kukarki. On a scale from 1 to 10, just how excited are you guys for Hoovy versus Jericho? It's a 10.
It is a 10. I'm not saying the match is going to be 10, but it's a 10. But I want him to come out as like the juice.
Yeah.
Finally, the juice.
You don't want him to come out as Mexicool?
No, I don't want the Mexicools.
Let's see. At Are We Over 1? What do you think the plan for Hangman Page is now that he lost the match to Kenny this week? Listen, there's something brewing.
Hold on, did we skip one or
no?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay, it was highlighted.
Okay, what's it? Hold on, let me answer that. Are we one? What do you think the plans are for Hangman Page now that he lost? I'm curious if they're gonna lead to something where like lead to another match where he gets to redeem himself. I don't know if they're gonna do that, or maybe they're gonna go with someone else for Kenny. I definitely don't think it should be CM Punk or Daniel Bryan or Bryan Danielson in this situation now. There's so much time to do this. So much freaking time.
Absolutely.
Where slow it down. Build it. Let people want it more.
I think I think before putting that belt on Punk, you want more people holding that belt before him. From Shin, our buddy Shin, how do you think, $5, how do you think the sad, broken Corbin stuff ends? Massive face turn.
Yeah, he's living in a van.
Down by the river.
From
YOLO Swaggins 07 on Twitter, with the assumption that CM Punk and Bryan Danielson are signed with AEW, and with big signings like Malachi Black and Andrade, how much do you think these wrestlers will have? Would
have changed the current AEW storyline. I know that the CM Punk and Daniel Bryan thing has changed something because that happened very rapidly. All of this, I know that they were working on CM Punk and them for like they've been talking, but things escalated very quickly now. So that definitely changed some plans. I think, this is a very stacked roster now.
Huge roster.
You have an astronomical mid card and top end now. Because if you look at it this way, your top tier at this point, you got Chris Jericho, you got and I'm saying the singles guys, right? I'm not going to go into tag.
Yeah.
You got Chris Jericho, you got Kenny Omega, you got Daniel Bryan, you got CM Punk, you got Hangman Page, you got Cody on that top, still, in and out. And then you got the other team. You got Malachi Black, you got Andrade, you got Rusev. And then you got that full MJF even on that top. You do have a pretty stacked roster. You just got to now position everybody in
Darby
the right
Allin, Sting. It's a lot of dudes.
All right, we're running out of time, by the way, so let's...
Dylan Bishop, $4.99. Thoughts on Cassidy's report that AEW is worried about their future shows due to COVID concerns?
That's a great... Okay, so that was what I wanted to talk about. So everybody's concerned. It's not just AEW. WWE's very concerned as well, and they do have secondary plans. They're in motion, just in case. Do I anticipate another shutdown like we had seen? No, I don't anticipate that. I don't think anybody anticipates that. I think you need a game plan for sure for AEW. AEW has an easy game plan. They just go back to Daly's place. But for WWE, it's so heavy right now on touring that they really don't have a safe bet. But what I was told is that they're looking at like 6 or 7 buildings that they could possibly bounce around from.
Okay.
If things kind of get locked, closed down a little bit. They would want to be able to tour, but more controlled. And this is on the WWE side. I know that everybody's concerned. Listen, all sports, any touring brand is concerned over this. It's not just a AEW thing. I think everybody needs to have a discussion. Now, whether or not they're in panic mode, I don't think anybody's in panic mode right now, but it is something to be concerned about.
Okay. We may have missed a couple of super chats, so I'm going to go back here.
Okay.
Is Becky going to SmackDown since Seth Rollins is there? From Mike D.
I don't know where she's going. She may float for a little bit.
Okay.
I think she should. She should float around because she's until the draft at least. But I know she's coming soon. That's what I keep getting told every day.
Hang on 1 second here. We got one from Kim C. She says, hello again. I submitted a super chat near the end of your Punk conversation. Read him and a Hangman Page possibly finally winning the title at All Out.
I don't think CM Punk's going to challenge for the title. I don't think he should.
Not off the bat.
Bob
Hazelwood, $5.
Yeah.
AEW brand split in the future? Oh, I hope not.
But I think what they're going to end up doing is have one mega match on Rampage and then build your other talent that you really don't see too often.
Okay.
You know what? You want a great venue to get over the Varsity Blondes. Rampage would be it.
Yeah, for sure.
A great main event with the Bucks would be a great match for them on Rampage. Kenny Omega defending the title against somebody on Rampage would be a great get for them. And it's a 1-hour show, right?
I think so, yeah.
I don't know if they're going to do 1 hour on the show, by the way.
The first one on the August?
Yeah.
That's probably going to be a full show.
No, the 20th one.
Yeah, August 20th. 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm curious.
This is a good question, actually. Any clue on who may be replacing, this is from The Real Classic on Twitter, any clue who may be replacing BR Live for AEW's pay-per-views? You would hope an announcement comes sooner than later.
I would imagine it's HBO Max.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't it be HBO? It's the same property.
Yeah.
BR Live is like a weird... I think they ended up having to use BR Live because there was a lot of plans for BR Live to become like a big streaming service. They captured a lot of international soccer, and they had like other sports on it. But the service is not. It's not terrible, but it's also not great. You know what I mean? So I think if they go to HBO, that would be the direction to go.
Okay. Let's see here. Hold on 1 second, Andrew. Big Fred 88. Is that your dad?
That's my dad.
Do you need to buy tickets for the Sapphire Pool Party? What time will it be?
I will get all that information. I will have everything as soon as they give it to me.
All right.
We just signed it. We just got it. The deal was signed for us yesterday, late afternoon.
Yeah. From Chris Farrell, any word on when Anna Jay might be back? She was in Charlotte last night, according to fans.
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that, but I'll find out.
John Clark, what do you foresee the closing frame of SummerSlam being?
Oh yeah. Let me think. What the main event is going to be? What, John Cena and Roman, right?
I believe so.
I don't know.
Somebody else showing up?
I don't know. I have no idea where do they go with this.
Last frame, Rock standing at the top of the ramp.
No.
Okay.
That's for Survivor Series.
Rock via satellite, like he used to do. Remember those?
The Rock satellites.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I maybe it's Roman standing over Cena, because you made the man. Maybe that's the moment. I don't know. I'm excited for that match, to be honest. I'm excited to see that live. What else do we have?
Brandon Charles Powell, who do you think will ultimately beat Roman for the title? I can't think of anyone currently on the roster.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Who do you think will ultimately beat Roman Reigns for the title? I can't think of anyone currently on the roster.
No one with the current push that they have. Edge, maybe Edge could beat him. I don't know. Cena, do you have Cena beat Roman and take the title off of him and he build something else?
17?
That would be, yeah, he's tied for 16.
Yeah.
No, he's not going to beat him because they would have told the story of that.
Yeah.
Go for number 17.
Mr. Big Dude 912. I like that
Oh,
name.
yeah, awesome name.
Any update on when Sasha Banks will be back?
No update on that. I don't know. Soon.
Large 23, with a big group of WWE wrestlers going to AEW, do you see AEW talent going to WWE?
Yeah, I do see that happening with the... You know who I see that happening with? Those early signings. Some of the names that don't really get a lot of play. I can see them popping to the other side. I don't know. I think we're going to see a lot of this. This is exciting. You got 2-3 year deals for a lot of these guys. We're approaching year 3 now, right? Because the contracts were November 2019. So some of these contracts are ending. I could tell you WWE does have their eye on a lot of these guys, and they would love to have them back. Some of them they would love to have them back, but other ones they would love to have them.
Yeah.
Brian Pillman Jr. is a great name that they would love to have.
Pillman Jr., I feel like a lot of the younger guys that, they're probably scouting. But again, man, like it just seems like they have such a nice backstage from what everybody says that, who knows if these guys want to go,
We'll see when WWE starts throwing a lot of money at people.
That's true. Mike D, 199. What's going on with the Sasha Banks?
I don't know. I asked. Nobody told me.
Okay.
So I don't have an answer for that, but I know she's coming back soon.
I think we got a couple more in the chat.
All right.
And we're going to wrap it up. We got to get out of here at 12 o'clock.
Yes.
Let's see here. From Orion, is Bray still expected to return on the August 9th episode of Raw?
I don't know where that started. I don't have a return date. I know that he's coming back. I was originally told for something for SummerSlam, but this was a long time ago, and I haven't heard anything about him after that. So I get asked this all the time about him, but I really don't know. I know that the plan was to bring him back by now, or for the end of the summer.
Okay.
Around that time. So I assumed it was SummerSlam if they were bringing him back. And listen, they have to do it. You're in a major stadium. You're going to not do the entrance?
Right.
Also, what time is SummerSlam on? So it's like 5 o'clock? So we're going to have to get to that building at what, like 2?
Sure.
Can we get like really drunk?
Oh, yeah. Why not? And just like stumble in there.
Yeah.
Aren't we supposed to be doing some extra stuff too that we shouldn't be drunk for?
Oh yeah, shit, I forgot. We are doing some extra stuff.
Well, we can get a little to-go can.
Yeah,
little flask.
I have sapphire flasks.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
flask it up.
Flask it up, baby.
I do think it's funny if that was your dad asking about the tickets for the pool party. Joe Pearl says it's 4:30 p.m. doors.
Thank you, Joe Pearl.
I think that about does it, man.
Are we done?
Sorry if we missed your questions. We got one more from Pratik. Hey guys, what are the WWE stage that's gonna be after SummerSlam?
Nothing.
Different,
it's gonna
unique?
stay. The stages are not changing.
Okay.
I will say it. They're gonna continue on the way that they're doing. They don't want to go with these crazy, expensive sets because the LEDs could give the visuals of a set.
Right.
The most you're gonna get are freaking ladders set up for a ladder match.
Listen,
by the ramp. That's it.
I like the new Raw set.
I don't mind it.
Like the big screen. Like it was so dope. When Rey Mysterio and Dominic showed up, and it was just like that intro with like all his faces.
Yeah, cool.
It looks awesome. I think that's it.
I think that's it. Is that it?
I think that's it, guys. We're sorry if we didn't get to your question. We're a man short today. Mr. Gonzo MG Geek usually does the cutting and pasting. But I think we answered a lot of questions.
I think we got everything done.
I think we got all the super.
Yeah, Virgil did message me. Did I tell you that? He asked me if I was Persian.
You sent me
and
I
said, "Oh my God, this guy poisoned me. He was the potato.
He was the potato. He after he got off the train, he ripped off his latex mask and it was Verge.
I love that he's walking around like an old Persian man from Long Island and just spiking people with potatoes. So yeah, that's it, guys. Listen, we had a lot of fun. I am not here next week. I am traveling, so I will be very slow on Twitter, getting back at people. But we have a lot of stuff planned. Maybe we'll do a show Saturday, maybe that Friday when we get back. We'll do a show definitely when I'm back. But it's gonna be a lot of fun, guys. Do us a favor. Go to your favorite podcast app. Subscribe to the show. We're on audio form. We're on video form. Here on YouTube, hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button here on YouTube. Every bit counts. You can follow Rich on Twitter at BTCRich. You can follow me at Andrew Zarian, Matmen Podcast. We do the show every Thursday, early mornings, 10:30 or 11, depending if I got to run to the train, which that's exactly what I got to do now. So I'll see you guys next time. Take care.
Later, guys.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Always fun. Thank you. I will see you guys on the other side. Goodbye.
Later.